everyone, I wanted to give you a quick tour of my grow room setup. Maybe I can inspire you to start some of your own seeds. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done and grows me a lot of plants for my garden. Most important thing that you need for a grow room is basically grow lights, and that's what I have here on 2 towers. You can see I have this is one of these wire racks that works really well. They're a little on the pricier side than these plastic racks, and the plastic racks do just fine. But you can see that these wire racks are wide enough to hold these lights. Now, the lights that I have are not anything fancy or complicated. They are regular LED lights. I can link to them in the description if you're interested. And I have, you can see 2 sets of lights per tray. I don't have too much in right now, just some greens I got started in, some onion seedlings that are just starting to come up. But what I can actually, just to kind of give you a sense of capacity, what I can do is I can usually get 2 trays on each rack. So that's 8 trays full, and now each tray fits about 72 of these cells. And then once they start growing and they've germinated and I start having some more established plants, I'd say a little bit bigger than what I have here, and I start raising my light up, I can turn them sideways like this and move them over, and I can get 4 in across. So they're a little bit more, you need a little bit more space and a little bit more light initially when you're first germinating, but once you have an established seedling and it's just starting to grow and get ready to go outside, you can really pack it in. I can fit 16 trays worth of seedlings just on this rack alone. So you can really grow a lot. One of the nice things about this shelf is the height that I have here. Tomato seedlings, for example, I mean, they're gonna grow up pretty high, so it's nice to have that height. But that's what I have here. I have a second station on one of these plastic racks. Again, it works just fine. I had to do a little bit more jerry rigging in terms of getting them to hang over because I couldn't hook them on the racks as easily, but it's not complicated. The racks will hang over the edge a little bit here in order to fit 2 racks in, and I can't turn them sideways and put 4 racks in the way that I can over here as they grow. But this extra rack just gives me that extra bit of space. Again, I grow a lot for both myself and family members and friends. So I additionally use these Mylar sheets that I just got on Amazon. Normally I keep this closed. Closed, it's kind of stuck right now, but normally I keep this closed, and it just kind of helps to contain the light. I figure it'll add a little bit more light with the reflective, but again, not necessary at all. I want to mention that this may seem elaborate for some of you, but this is definitely not how I started. I started with just 1 grow light, and you can see here, it's flipped upside down, but this is an actual grow light. So this is what's considered full spectrum. So if I wanted to grow something that was fruiting, like say a miniature tomato plant or something like that, I would use this. I quickly realized that wasn't really going to get me very far, and upgraded. But just to give you a sense, I purchased this a few years ago. It was about $75, and I can purchase, I think I got about 6 or 8 of these LED. These are simply just shop lights. That's all they are. LED shop lights. Just 2 LED lights on a shelf can really get you a long way and save you a lot of money in the long term in terms of buying plants. The other thing I have in my grow room is a very big table, which is extremely helpful when starting seeds. And I kind of have my seeds here in terms of storage. I keep my seeds in plastic containers. Another thing I have found helpful over the years is just to have a big whiteboard, and I mark things down. I also write them down to keep me on track as far as what I am growing, making sure I'm getting things in that need to get started. I also have my bucket of pre-moistened soil ready to go for when I'm planting, and any other supplies that I need under here. One of the reasons why I need that little bit of extra space down here is because I bottom water all of my seedlings. So when I need to water, I'm going to take the rack out and place it over here. I'll then take the plants and I'm going to put them in here. I'll fill this up with water just a little bit, and I have kind of learned a lesson not to use tap water. I use either filtered or distilled water that I have set aside. Using city water is oftentimes a little too harsh, and I have better success with my seedlings if I water with filtered or distilled water as compared to just city tap water. Well, I hope that was helpful. Hopefully I inspired you to maybe give a try starting some of your own seeds indoors for your 2023 garden. I'll put in the description some of the links for the lights and other supplies that I mentioned. Happy gardening!